Testing and reviewing a smartwatch shouldn't just happen behind my desk here in the studio. To really know if a piece of tech like this is worth your time, I think it needs to survive some real-world scenarios, so let's take it outside. But when I say real-world scenarios, I mean, the chaos of international press trips in my case, tracking sleep with a brutal jet lag that might happen sometimes, and the mundane reality of regular exercise or regular days at work. For the past month or so, I've been living with the new HUAWEI Watch FIT 5 Pro. Some of you actually already spotted it on my wrist in previous videos, but I couldn't confirm it until now. Huawei is making some big claims here, blending premium design with serious health tracking. But the real question is, can a device like this, priced at $249.99 here in the UK, actually keep up with the premium smartwatch heavyweights? Let's find out. Let's start with the hardware, because visually this thing really punches way above its weight. We're looking at titanium bezel paired with a 2.5D sapphire glass, which gives it a really premium durable feel. But the star of the show for me anyway is the display. It's a massive 1.92-inch flexible AMOLED screen and it's super bright. Huawei has managed to frame this with an ultra slim 1.8mm black borders, making the display feel incredibly expansive, very immersive. That bezel is barely noticeable here. And if you look closely, at least on this orange version here, you get this very classic thin line of orange all around it. Everything about this watch feels very premium. During a press trip in Paris, we got quite lucky with the weather there, and checking my stats in direct sunlight while I was exercising was effortless. Despite the smudges on the screen, sorry about that, it was very easy to read, even in this very direct sunlight condition, thanks to the 3000 nits peak brightness in here and an adaptive LTPO refresh rate that scales from 1 to 60 Hz. And when it comes to fitness, I've tested it in the last month, and straight away, as soon as I got it out of the box, we went for this 5K run all the way up to the Eiffel Tower and back to our hotel, and it was awesome to test the features there. The data breakdown post-run as well was incredibly detailed. Diving into metrics like running power and single running ability is really useful. Back here in the UK, settling into my normal routine of going to the gym and going for gentle runs here. If you're strapped for time though, they introduced this brilliant new mini workout mode with this cute little panda that encourages you to keep moving during the day. It requires zero equipment, and Pan, that's the panda's name, guides you through these quick exercises that range from just 30 seconds to a few minutes. But beyond that, it's packed with features. It has an advanced cycling mode as well with virtual power, over 100 sports modes, and for golfers out there, it has this vector maps for over 17,000 global golf courses with over 3,000 mapped out just here in the UK. Don't believe me? I'm here at a random public golf, as you can see, near my studio, and I can simply click into this golf mode, search nearby golf courses, and there it is. I can download the map and play. Awesome feature. I'm literally in the middle of nowhere here, so I was quite surprised to find this public golf course here. This is impressive. Now, where the Fit 5 Pro really surprised me is the health suite. The best way I can describe this is that Huawei has clearly shifted the focus from just passive tracking to proactive monitoring. Very good cardiovascular features here. There's an ECG app, arterial stiffness detection, and pulse wave arrhythmia analysis as well. For everyday wellness, it constantly monitors your SpO2, tracks all-day HRV, including during your sleep, and keeps tabs on your emotional well-being as well and stress levels. There's even a temperature sensor that actively tracks your wrist temperature trends. Great for ladies out there as well who might want to be tracking ovulation data. Really useful to keep track of your body temperature. Now, something I really value on all devices is battery life. For some people, charging their smartwatch daily is just part of their routine, and fair play if you are one of those people, very organized. I applaud you, but my days are super chaotic, and remembering to charge anything daily is a friction point for me. The Fit 5 Pro, like their other watches as well, is a breath of fresh air when it comes to battery. 5 or 6 days easily before you need to charge it. They kind of state that it goes up to 10 days, but for me, 5 to 6 days is a very realistic target. I'm not that active, but I do go to the gym 2-3 times a week. And it charges extremely quickly as well, which is, again, from a friction point perspective, something I really welcome. Now, something else that I personally really value is sleep, or sleep tracking. After Paris, I personally had to go to China. Literally, I had 1 day back in the UK and then traveling again to China. And that was a week-long trip. So let me tell you, the time zone jump doesn't sound like a lot, like I was 7 hours ahead, but it does mess up. When I was younger, this probably wouldn't be a problem. But in my 40s now, yeah, my sleep got absolutely wrecked from a consistency perspective, but also the fact that for the first couple of days, I was still trying to catch up with being 7 hours ahead. As a result, my stress spiked, my sleep score tanked, and going back to the press trip that we did in Paris, we actually had a session there with the sleep expert, Sami Margot, and she made a fascinating point. She wrote a few books on this subject, but for me, the takeaway was wearables themselves they're not gonna fix your sleep, but they do make sleep patterns visible, which for me is crucial because poor sleep, raises your cortisol, which is basically you looking fatigued, and can even lower your skin hydration as well. She emphasized that tracking these patterns helps you improve the habits that support recovery and healthier looking skin as well. So watching my data fall apart in China was a wake-up call, pun intended. But having the watch's enhanced sleep monitoring, tracking my sleep, breathing awareness, even recording my snoring sessions as well, and logging my afternoon naps allowed me to course correct my routine once I finally got back home. Combined with your phone, by the way, you can even record your snoring. I used to pay quite a bit of money a month for an app to do that on my iPhone a few years ago. It's nice to have this here free of charge. Now, talking about something being free of charge, all of this data lives inside the Huawei Health app, which is a fantastic, very robust hub for your data. I particularly love the new sleep tracking additions, like the built-in sleep music to help you drift off, but it's not all perfect. I really dislike the fact that some features are behind a paywall and you are kind of prompted to pay for things like even watch faces. So yeah, to truly unlock the ecosystem's full power, you kind of need the Huawei Health Plus subscription. It's not a must because there's a lot on the watch itself that you don't need to pay anything for, but this is for people who are more serious about their health tracking and want to take it. Maybe you're training for a marathon or whatever, training for something big, then the subscription might be worth it for you. To be fair, with the subscription, you do get some genuinely great features like structured high-intensity interval HIIT plans, guided urban walks, and excellent mood improvement exercises like breathing, meditation. You don't have to have a subscription, like I said. The watch is very capable already without it, but I thought it was worth mentioning because it is an extra £49 here in the UK per year, about $60. So yeah, for me, it's worth it, but it's just something to be aware of. All right, let's address the elephant in the room, the brand itself and how Huawei is perceived here in the West. If you are in Asia, in some parts of Europe, you probably don't care about this, but I'm fully aware of the conversations and you have let me know before in the comments as well. So I think it's important to address. And I'm not here to oversell anything to you. I'm just kind of speaking purely from my experience as a tech reviewer. Using their wearables, I've tried the GT6, the Huawei Watch Ultimate, their phones and their tablets. It's been fantastic. Realistically, in terms of data collection, what this watch is doing is no different to, Google, Amazon, Apple devices, and what those devices do every single minute of every single day. I've used the GT6 Pro and the Huawei Watch Ultimate extensively for the last year or so, and just like the Fit 5 Pro, I have been consistently pleasantly surprised by the pinpoint accuracy of the data and the sheer amount of the data points that we get here. And I haven't noticed anything untoward in terms of my data getting exposed in any way. So from my experience, I don't see any problems with that. But rounding out the smartwatch experience as a whole, you get contactless payments as well via Curve Pay. Again, something to be aware of, but it's right on your wrist. And if you've got that set up, it's pretty easy to use. Perhaps the biggest win for anyone traveling and commuting, as I mentioned earlier, is the battery. A high silicon battery that genuinely delivers up to 10 days of battery life if you're not too active. But in my experience, if you are a little bit active, 5 to 6 days easily. But yes, I didn't have to worry about charging it once during my trips or even remember to take the charger, which is a major win. Like I said, reducing those friction points for me. So for $249.99 here in the UK, the Huawei Watch Fit 5 Pro offers a staggering amount of premium hardware, pro level battery life, and kind of embarrasses the competition in that area, but it's also full of features, looks awesome on the wrist, very light, very thin. You can sleep with it without any problems. Yeah, if you can look past the subscription paywalls for the extra fitness content, it is an incredibly capable daily driver. I really can't recommend it enough. Thanks for watching. Drop a like if you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one.